Okay, welcome back. This is Roberto with Full Curl Precision. Just demonstrating how I make one of these dud style rounds. I use these to be able to basically be my gauge for whenever I'm loading and reloading. I have several bullets seated for my 270 rifle, and since I have one set of dies, this is Elite Precision. It allows me to finger adjust very easily. What I do is I take an unprimed and completely empty brass. So there's no ignition source. There's no powder in this. And I'll show this to you. Here's another one. And you can see that's the primer pocket. There's no primer in there. There's no powder. Otherwise it would fall out, right? And then that's the bullet. So what I do is I extend this out as far as I can reasonably. I seat this in here, and I take the bullet, and then I push it up. And what it does is it seats it into there, and it really it seats it out very far. And again, remember, there's no powder, there's no primer. Then I take it, I take my rifle, and again, this is empty, right? So you can see it's empty. Again, no primer, no powder. And I keep saying this for the people who are going to go, well, you're going to load a rifle. Not with a live round. A dud. I'm creating a gauge. This is a makeshift gauge. I take it, I load it in here. There we go. And I force it in, okay? When you put a bullet into the case, it's loose. Take it out, and now that bullet got shoved down in, and it gives me the idea of where it's hitting my lands. So then I have my calipers, and you can find basic calipers in the $20 range. You don't need anything fancy. It's really, really simple and easy to use. I take them, and then I measure it. And this gives me 3.535. Okay? Those are these burgers. Then I take this, put this back in here, extend it all the way in, and then I snug this down until it touches. And then I give it a little bit more. And what that does is it seats it a little further, because you don't want it on top of your... You don't want it to be exactly touching the lands when it lands. You need it a little far off. So then I take it out, and I check it. And this particular bullet is now 3553 instead of 35535. So now it's seated a little off the lands, and I can set this every single time to match what I'm going to load. And again, I now have a consistent dud that I can build on. So that's what I'm doing, and that's how I like to build. So everyone has their methods. There's different gauges you can buy. This is what I do. And now I have an additional handmade gauge that I can put in and out of my reloading die, and I can adjust it and have it exact every single time. Well, I'm just sharing some more of my knowledge, what I've learned, what I've been trying with and experimented with. It works. I'm getting really tight groups with my 150 grain Nosler AccuBond long ranges. They're shooting phenomenally well. I average under ½ inch consistently at mid 2900, so about 2950 feet per second. My best group was a 0.32 inches. My worst group was a 0.59. So I'm getting consistently good groups, but I'm averaging a 0.47 consistently. This works. My rifle seems to like them. This is a 170 grain. I'm not exactly going to try this, but I was just for demonstration purposes showing how I make my lands gauges by making a dud round.